You've probably heard the stories. A forest ranger goes missing. A hiker vanishes without a trace. Sometimes their gear is found. Tents, bags, even half-eaten meals, untouched by time or animal. But what most people never hear is what's whispered around campfires or passed between rangers with a glance and a shake of the head. There are places in our national forests that don't make sense. Places that aren't on any map. And in some of these places, you might stumble across something you should never have found. It usually starts with the stairs. Not stairs as part of ruins or cabins. Not what you'd expect from a collapsed structure. These are pristine staircases, clean, untouched, standing alone in a clearing or deep between trees, with no structure attached. Sometimes they're made of polished wood, their banisters smooth and gleaming like they were built yesterday. Other times, they're stone or even marble, damp with morning dew and yet free of moss or decay. No dust, no signs of wildlife. Just stairs, going up, leading nowhere. They appear deep in the woods, miles off trail, beyond where most casual hikers ever go. And always in places that feel wrong. Dead quiet, no birds, no wind, the kind of silence that presses against your skin like a warning. Ranger Thomas Greer was the first one to talk. He'd been with the Forest Service for 20 years when he sat down at a bar just outside Boise and unloaded everything to a young reporter. The reporter thought he was drunk until Tom pulled out an old Polaroid. It showed a spiral staircase, ornate, cast iron, with ivy at the base and nothing else around. It wasn't attached to a house, a wall, or anything that made sense. It just rose up from the forest floor like it had been summoned. I saw 5 of those things in my career, Greer said. Each one different, always somewhere new. One of them was upside down, like it had been dropped from the sky and jammed into the ground. He climbed the first one when he was in his 20s. Greenhorn, eager to prove himself. It was a narrow staircase made of gray stone, like something from a lighthouse. He got maybe 10 steps up before the air shifted. No birds, no insects, just static in his ears and pressure behind his eyes. Then the world vanished. He woke up at his station, 6 hours later, with dried blood under his nose and no memory of what had happened after step 11. They told him he must have gotten turned around. Heat stroke, maybe, but he remembered that silence. The way the forest had held its breath. After that, he kept his distance. But not everyone does. There was a search party once. 2014, Oregon, Mount Hood National Forest. A 12-year-old boy had gone missing from a campsite near Zigzag River. His parents claimed they'd only looked away for a moment. Dozens of volunteers turned up to help. Greer was part of the official team, overseeing radio communications. 2 days in, they got a call from one of the volunteers. A young guy named Mike. His voice was shaking. "I found a staircase." Greer's stomach dropped. Mike described it as wooden, wide enough for 2 people, painted white but chipped from age. It looked old, colonial almost. He said it just stood there, in a small meadow. Alone. "Don't touch it," Greer said immediately. "Don't go near it. Mark the coordinates and come back." There was silence on the other end of the radio. Then, "There's something at the top." Static. Then nothing. They found Mike's pack and radio an hour later. No signs of struggle. No prints leaving the area. Just the staircase. White paint gleaming like chalk bones in the dark green clearing. Mike was never seen again. That story spread fast among rangers. Officially, Mike's disappearance was blamed on exposure or a fall. Unofficially, it became the warning, the rule. If you see a staircase, you leave it alone. But not everyone listens. There's the story of the graduate student who went out to document these tales. A folklorist named Sarah Nguyen. She thought it was just urban legend. She planned to hike sections of national parks and gather stories, record interviews, take photos of alleged sightings. Her last text to a friend read, "Found one. Real. Marble. Straight out of a palace. Gonna climb it for a shot." Her phone pinged once more, 5 minutes later. A photo. Blurry. Tilted. The base of a staircase, rising into fog. Beyond that, nothing. Her body was never found. But 3 weeks later, her voice was picked up on a ranger's emergency frequency in Montana, 3 states away. The message was faint, repeated on a loop. "Don't go up. It watches from above." The stairs are not empty. They say the staircases don't just appear at random. Some believe they're gateways, or traps, or maybe tests. One ranger, an old-timer from the Smoky Mountains, claimed the stairs were left behind by something ancient. Not ghosts, he said. Not demons either. Something older. Observers. He said they build the stairs like bait, to see which of us is foolish enough to climb. And those who do, some come back wrong. There are stories of people who vanish for hours, days, and return with no memory. Only their loved ones say they're different. Colder. Eyes dull. Like something was taken out and something else put in its place. Others return changed in ways harder to see. They dream of impossible geometry. They speak in languages they never learned. Some even lose the concept of time. One hiker was found months after vanishing, miles from where he'd last been seen, disoriented, claiming he'd only been gone a few hours. And some never return at all. Now, you might wonder, why aren't there more photos? Why haven't the staircases been documented properly? But they have. It's just that the photos never last. Every time someone captures one, on a phone, a DSLR, even film, the file corrupts. The image blurs, or the whole device malfunctions. It's like the stairs reject being known. One ranger put it this way: the stairs don't want to be remembered. They just want to see who climbs. There are even maps, secret ones, circulated in hush-hush online forums, marked with red X's over forests, deserts, even parts of the Arctic. Places where staircases have been seen. But the X's move, shift, like the stairs migrate. Some even say they follow you. A man in Georgia claimed a staircase appeared in his backyard after he came back from a hiking trip in Vermont. Said it stood there for 3 nights. Perfect, old, wooden. No one else could see it, not even his wife. Then it vanished. He didn't. And now, here's the worst part. Some believe the staircases are multiplying. Not just in forests anymore, but underground, in sewers, in abandoned buildings, places where no stairs should exist. One police report from Detroit detailed a staircase found in an empty high-rise slated for demolition. The building had no staircase left in it, except that one. Clean, elegant, and not on the original blueprints. The officers who went up to investigate, gone. Only one of their radios made it back. It was found in a field 7 miles away, playing soft static, and footsteps. Slow, deliberate, climbing down. So next time you're out in the woods, or wandering through a forgotten place and you see a staircase standing alone, pristine and wrong, do yourself a favor. Don't climb it, don't touch it, and whatever you do, don't listen when something whispers your name from the top. Because the stairs are patient. They've been waiting a long time. And they always remember who climbed.